Thank you for joining us today. I'm here with Mathew Kim, and Mathew is, I guess you might call him a master acupuncturist. I don't know if that's accurate. I actually have seen Mathew for acupuncture for a while, and he does an excellent job. And he's here today to give us a little history on acupuncture and the theories by which it works. And in this series that we're about to go through, Mathew's going to show you how you can do some basic home care, take care of friends and family, using the principles of acupuncture along with what we call a piezoelectric device. So Mathew, why don't we start by having you give us just a little bit of your background?
Yeah, I was a physical therapist in Korea, and I wanted to learn more hands-on techniques, how to do more muscle work, muscle testing, and more pain relief type of work in another country. So I came to America to be better physical therapist, and somehow I was more attracted to acupuncture work.
Wonderful.
And so I changed my kind of field to more acupuncture school, and I did go to school in Boston for 3 years to become acupuncturist and herbalist. So since then, I've been practicing acupuncture and herb just as my main clinical tool. It's been about 11 years I've been practicing in America, and lately I'm all doing more balancing acupuncture using own body's nerve system, and that's what I do most, and that's greatly relieving people's pain and any discomfort very quick, so I really like it.
It is. You are very good. I have to say I started coming to see Mathew because of a, as you might call it, tennis elbow. And no matter what I did, I couldn't quite resolve. And just, it's almost, you might say magically disappeared, but it was really in working with some of the principles that you've got. Can you tell us a little bit about why you were attracted to acupuncture and why you feel like acupuncture itself kind of gives you basis? I get the impression you've mixed what you've learned in physical therapy and some advanced classes you've taken beyond. But it all starts with the idea of energy systems in the body, correct?
Right. I really believe in body's own healing, and I really think a body itself is a truly amazing doctor itself and healer itself. And acupuncture is the one just really serving the body, not overtake the power.
Oh, I like that.
Most of medical doctor, they would think that they are going to change your condition as a doctor, but body can do it. If body can do it, you just let body handle it. And acupuncture really doing so well, just let body work for body itself. So it's more a natural way of healing, and then most beneficial way of healing if body can still do it. So that's why I start loving acupuncture.
It is. And I would think that as long as the body isn't into actual shutdown, you can work with the body to re-stimulate its defenses.
Right. So
and its repair mechanisms.
Right. I can serve the body
to
become better healer. I like to say normally when I treat patient, I kind of want to say I'm listening to their inner screaming or their own problem. I listen to them, to their symptoms or their pain areas or their other weaknesses or imbalances. I listen their issues, and then I tell or I help them how to listen and then care, just following through the information.
So the impression I have then is that acupuncture, much like homeopathy basically says you have a set of symptoms, but they're just symptoms. They aren't really the source of disease. It's just a communication. So I have to pay attention to those in order to identify what might be a, not that there's a bad, I think I heard you once time say all care is good care, but there may be a better way to approach that set of symptoms.
I think so. I mean sometimes what acupuncture can do and what other modality or other doctor can do may be overlapping. We can do the same thing, but sometimes what we cannot do, they can do, or what they cannot do, we can do.
Right.
So it's a good compensation. For instance, there's a severe structural damage. Acupuncture may not be able to handle those conditions. We are not going to remake whole the structure. But if there's not enough damage, and then body still can repair itself, acupuncture may be more beneficial because we are letting body do it. So there's no external invasion or kind of too much of a taking the role away, right?
Right.
So it's more really serving. To me, acupuncture is a great service to own body's healing. Of course, people don't realize it so much, so they come and say, "Oh, you're the doctor, you are fixing me," but it's really, I'm letting your body fix that issue
Right.
by just serving your own programs, own nerve systems.
So is it, what I'm hearing is it's about bringing balance back to the system,
Yeah.
so that the system can more optimally function.
Right. Whenever I see a new patient or new people asking what acupuncture is or how acupuncture works, I normally ask them, what is health? What is healthy body? What do you wanna achieve here? Do you wanna get healthier, or you wanna get just get rid of your symptom? But then to me, health is right, good functioning of each organs, each part of body, and good communication between the body parts. And we eat and then we drink. So through the food we make energy or good nutrients. And then we breathe air. We get oxygens and a good maybe other good chemicals we breathe. And then our body makes it as a kind of form of blood, right? So the blood circulates through healthy blood vessel, healthy pipe, and healthy pump, heart. Heart pumps clean blood, and blood goes through clean pipe, and then gets there and do their job and deliver good nutrients and hormones, minerals, everything they need, everything they want. That's health. When it starts to fail, then wherever it's affected more will show up some symptoms. Pain can be part of symptom, or weakness, so indigestion, constipation, headaches, blurry vision, or dizziness. All those are symptoms. And why do body gets that symptom? Because they want to let body know some areas not getting enough blood. So good health means make good healthy blood and circulate them. That's good health.
Right.
That's why people old people say, you eat good, you sleep good, and you poop well, then you are really healthy.
Yeah.
Right? So acupuncture is great for bring that function back if there's any imbalance or weaknesses.
So explain that, because you talk about blood, and most people will think about acupuncture as energy. Right, it's an energy system. We what's commonly heard about now are the meridians, right? And those are energy channels, and our science is actually beginning to be able to trace those.
Yeah.
But how does working in that energy system?
Biggest misconcept from Eastern concept and now Western concept is the term qi. Qi flows through body. When old book written down that information, Western people translate it as a vital energy, vital force. So it looks like some type of energy form. But qi basically to almost 100% of Asian is oxygen or movement.
Movement, and it's
Right.
balance in that
Right.
movement.
So we call this air qi. We are breathing qi in.
Okay.
And then that qi is going to be part of blood.
Okay.
And that blood will be, circulating to deliver that oxygen to cellular level, right? Individual cells, they want all oxygens. So oxygen's flowing. Oxygen flows in your body, and that's why it's more blood work what we do.
Interesting.
But they mistranslate it as energy. Now it seems like energy is flowing, but there's no energy pipe. But
Gotcha.
definitely blood pipe, blood vessel is definitely in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So whether we use needle or press the areas, or we use suction cup, maybe other tool like a electrostimulator, we are talking to your own body to promote blood circulation. Then the qi, the oxygen will flow. Pain. Let's think about pain. What is pain? Pain is a part of a very important communication in between body parts. If there's any damage, any missing components, any missing deliveries, they are calling the center, right? You don't get the package, you have to call.
Oh, interesting.
If you have fire, then you will call.
Mm-hmm.
You have a burglary or any incidents, you will call. Body does it through pain receptors. So there are two major types of pain receptors. One is a nociceptor fiber. They are informing midbrain what type of issue they have. So their quality is kind of sharp or dull or burning or throbbing, just aching. All those are more nociceptor fiber sending information to brain. So it's like calling 911 with
Saying, send me more
right with
resources here.
yeah, and then explaining what happened.
Okay.
But then 911 operator will need to know location. Otherwise, they cannot send any troops or crews. So they another pain receptor called the proprioceptive nerve. They are going to inform the location where they need to come. The reason they do that is in your midbrain, pain killer, we call it painkiller, enkephalin. Enkephalin is stored in the midbrain, and it is a very strong, healthy painkiller. It's like morphine. So when they come to areas, pain can totally be cured or gone, because the pain, they served their walls, right? So once they get that the painkillers, they will stop crying. But because it's limited, you have to share with whole other body parts. You got to give midbrain exact location to send. So proprioceptive nerve will be very powerful enough to let brain know where to send. If you have a cut, even you close your eyes, you would know. You can pinpoint where the pain is. So you don't have to kind of guess or really think hard to know where the pain is initially. But then when chronic cases like a knee pain or back pain, or neck pain, they come and say, when we ask, where is your pain? And they say, sometime maybe around here, or sometimes more here. It's just whole thing. Or where is your knee pain? Oh, is it deep? Maybe. Is it more topical? Yeah, seems like it. It's just working. That means they are not giving enough strong signal anymore. Then why does it do that? When a body gives a great information of the location, it's like calling 911 with giving them apartment number. Then they can come right away. They will be there and they will fix it. But if you don't give that apartment number, they don't come. When 911 people come, doesn't mean it's instantly fixed. So initially they come, swells up, inflammatory response, good healthy response. So they try to fix it, but then they expect you to don't use it. Leave it there. But you will just ignore the signal, and then you keep using it. Then it just go back to where it was, or they need another help again. If you keep doing that, body tends to kind of start ignoring you because they cannot just play with you. It's limited amount of painkillers, and they are busy with other body parts as well. So they can't just only focusing on where there is a pain. So when you don't really take care of it and keep expecting body will fix it, then the acute pain becomes chronic, and one of receptor, the proprioceptive nerve, becomes dull. They don't now break the threshold to get the painkillers or good medicine from the own body. So now you are creating your own loop. But still, is there damage? Yeah, there is still damage. So nociceptive fiber cannot stop crying because there is undone job, right? So they still crying. Oh, there's a pain. But now, where is it? Around here. That becomes chronic, and that can last 10 years, 20 years. People come to acupuncture with 10 years of history of migraines. What have you done? I've been taking medicine and this and that, but because it's not totally fixed, the nociceptive fiber is still crying, they cannot get rid of it, right? So then, when we see those, we are going to increase that threshold, the locational threshold, using body's image.
Okay.
That's when we think about mapping.
Okay.
There's two ways to address that pain or discomfort. First way is directly cause more damage there.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah, that actually works. You just have a needle, and then you actually make another micro tear or some micro invasion, a tiny invasion again. Then at least for that, body will send their troops.
Because it recognizes a
Right.
very specific stimuli.
Medical crew will be there to fix that issue. While they are there, they will also work on other things. So, technically that can work. The problem with that is initially that may increase much more pain. You have already damaged area, so pain is already there. Then you are tearing another areas with the needles or other things, then pain may go up. So even though it could work, it's a little bit invasive. And then people just don't know acupuncture, come and get that treatment. They may think, oh, acupuncture made it worse. So a very skeptical country here, we do not want to just send people back home with more pain.
Right. Even though it's a beneficial part of the healing.
Yeah.
I understand.
So sometimes I hear some people say, "Oh, I got the dry needling from physical therapist. It was really painful, and then it just, the pain was worse than before, and then later it calmed down. It seems like it's helping a little bit now, but while it was calming down, they just suffer more. So they don't appreciate it. Then how does acupuncture or distal acupuncture works is instead of just directly stimulating affected area, can we affect our own body from another area? That's been studied for thousands of years. With thousands of years, could they find some good map or at least some things working? Yes. So that's what we are using. The ones they found and effectively used for thousands of years, we're just sharing that information. That map can be continually growing. That map,
We're learning.
yeah.
More and more patients,
yeah.
more and more practitioners,
You study,
more and more.
you find the right key and lock, you can open up much more doors. Right now, we only know certain things that's working, and we are still using it because it works all the time. It never fails. So that image, the major image is your extremities and torso relationship.
Okay.
This whole arm, from the hands to arm, this is your torso. We found that's been very effective.
So it's a representational system
Right.
of the whole.
So this is your torso. Then this becomes your head. And this is your neck. And this is your upper torso. And then around mid-back, belly button areas here.
Right here, okay.
And then this is lower abdominal areas, lower back. This is maybe genitals.
Ah,
So that's one of the major image that old ancient acupuncturists found.
and this would be referred as distal acupuncture.
Yes, this is
Okay.
distal because it's not directly needling here, and then when you have a headache, for instance, this image works great. If you have headache here, you don't want to put too many needles here.
Where there's
Then-
already tension.
Right. But you can needle here to get rid of some pain or headaches. Patient will much be open to it, right? So that's the major image we are using. Same way from feet, toe, feet, and ankle. They are representation of torso as well.
Right,
So
again, and just another limb.
now you have 4 limbs to make approach towards a torso from top to genital areas. Then olden days, let's say most of acupuncturist practitioners are male doctors, and then female patient will come with a lot of either low back pain or GYN issue. Then there's more here. Then you have to ask them to take their clothes off. Not convenient for some conditions. So
Right, in some societies.
right. So
Yes.
they've been studying, researching again, and they found that another image can be totally fine. It can be used really well. This is now top of the head.
Right, you just flip it mentally in your
Right.
mind.
Reversing the image, and this is upper or neck.
Mm-hmm.
This is mid back or belly button area, and then this is more lower back. And then now this is more genitals.
Right.
So from then on, when they found that this both image works, they've been using from here to here
Ah,
to cover your entire torso
okay.
effectively. So one point people really well know is people know one point, this right here. when they go to a cruise or
Yes.
they are really
Motion sickness.
Right, motion
Yeah, that's where I
sickness.
thought you were going.
Then they have a band here and pressing.
Yes.
With motion sickness, what kind of symptom do you get?
Nauseous in the stomach.
Sometimes
Yeah.
a little bit of
uh-huh. Choking feeling.
choking or and then sometimes you get a little nauseous here,
Mhm.
right? So more here and then a little bit here. With this image, we talked about this can be a little bit of upper
Right.
areas or it can be lower.
Lower.
So it really works for both areas.
Yeah.
Another point people know maybe possibly is at this point.
Yes, for
They
head.
used it for headaches.
Uh-huh.
This one greatly affects frontal headache, especially with the digestive organs. So more here, and then little bit of sinus headache, then they can press this one.
This is also liver, correct? When you say, is this?
This
no?
is large intestine.
Large intestine. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, under large intestine, but you press this can affect the head. But at the same time, this can affect indigestion,
Indigestion.
especially constipated or little bloated type of indigestion.
Mhm.
You press this, it can work. Now head here, it can headache or it can be for large
So
intestine
it's
areas, right? So
Mirror almost of the.
right, so they confirmed and they've been using this image to cover entire torso.
Fascinating.
Same thing from here to all the way to knee. They can be used for entire torso. Then now torso is covered, but arms and legs left over, right?
Yeah.
So then
And I came to you for my arm, I remember.
Right.
It's like-
then what should we do? Should we use torso to treat the limbs? We could technically, but we don't wanna have people take off their clothes for knee pain and then just needling all here. They will not like it. So the good image we are using is limbs to limb.
And across.
Yeah,
Okay.
cross works better because your nerve crosses to the other side from your brainstem. So about 70% crosses to the other side, 30% not crossing. So
Okay.
much more chance the opposite side would benefit the opposite side knee. Opposite side leg, right? But doesn't mean the same side can treat each other. They can,
They can.
technically, right? So we normally using one limbs here can affect same side. Let's say this forearm can treat same side with the other side forearm,
Right.
or same side leg, or opposite side leg. It can actually make whole
Right.
collection.
So it's worth doing
Right.
both.
Right. So we do both. I do both at least.
Yes.
If you're time cruncher, you're too busy needling too many, then up to you. But I use both sides to treat
Yes.
the issues. So knee pain can be covered with the elbow, or knee pain can be covered with the knee.
With the knee. So you can
Yeah.
do the other leg or you
elbow
can do
elbow pain can be covered from the knee,
Mhm.
or elbow pain can be covered by
From
the
the
other
opposite
side.
elbow.
Opposite side. Yeah. So that's the basic image. Most of balancing acupuncture use, or distal needling acupuncturist use. That's the favorite ones. But can ear treat whole body? Yeah, we found that relationship, so we are using the ear to treat whole body.
Mhm.
Ear has a whole body image, just like an upside baby.
Right.
Head here, baby head here, and then just like the baby's spine, upside baby, right? Fetal position, and then there are upper organs, heart and lungs, more inside, and then little up here, that's more large intestine or intestinal stomach areas, and then this can be their legs and arms,
Right.
right? So this just like fetal position and whole body is here, we can use it. Can just using hands, can this cover whole body? Yes, there's a hands acupuncture, especially Korean people loves it, hands acupuncture, because it's very safe, so many people learn and do it without a license for home care.
Same thing with reflexology.
Right,
It's
right.
using it
Right,
truly
right.
is
Yeah,
just
the whole-
acupressure
Yes.
using the same theory.
So their finding was this entire hand covers whole body. This is your head and then neck.
And different
Yeah.
areas within it, because
Yeah.
doesn't the end of each finger represent the head? Or no? Just the center?
Now this one's a little different images. So
Okay.
this center one is head to kind of neck and more kind of upper neck here. And these are arms.
Ah, okay.
And these are legs.
Okay.
And then these are internal organs.
Internal organs.
So just maybe more centered the stomach, then later more intestine here. They found this as a image.
Wonderful.
Does it work? It does. But does it always work? Depending on,
On the
case by case, depending on person, right? So distal needling is using that image to go back to where we were, increase that threshold. Because you either didn't know or you didn't listen to body's inner screaming. They are still screaming, and then now they just become chronic issue, and you've been ignoring it, so they are not going to stop until you are listening. So you are in pain, it's loud, it's no good, then we just tell body how to just shut it off, or how to let's see, kind of we are just making body aware of the location of information with using body's
Distal.
relationship.
So it's going to send the healing resources, but it'll also very quickly address the pain.
Yeah.
Now, I would think the idea there is, just because you've turned the pain off, the body still is in a healing process.
Right.
And this is why, even pain-free,
Uh-huh.
you would want to continue with acupuncture sessions or some
Right,
home
right.
care.
So once we were able to kind of talk to your brain, especially midbrain, where they need to work. The midbrain will send the medical crews and other teams down there will fix it. But again, sometimes it takes time, right? So
Right.
and then body has an old habit. They already
It learned a pattern.
right. They have patterns. So even though they liked it, it may go back. So once we stimulate body and then we deliver painkiller there, or more blood there, body likes it. Pain can be totally gone, or pain can be significantly subside. But a couple hours later, it can come back, because body likes to go back to habitual kind of pattern again. Then we stimulate to create better pathway, bigger and stronger pathway than
Then
what
the
they're
pain
used to.
channel is
Yes.
used to. Neurons that wire,
Yes.
fire together, wire together kind of
Right,
thing, and
right.
you're trying to change that
Right.
wiring,
Yeah.
or working on changing that
Yeah.
wiring.
Body likes to be quiet and balanced condition also, right?
Right.
So it's not like we have to do it forever, but if we do enough kind of period and enough stimulation, your body is smart enough to memorize it, and whenever there is kind of pain signal coming, they will use the pathway.
Good.
Yeah. So we're just re-educating and reprogramming the healing components.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Join us for the next video.
Mhm.
What we'd like to do next is, so thank you for that beautiful introduction to acupuncture and the
Mhm.
theories upon which it works. What we're going to be covering next will be the difference between why you might approach something with needles versus another form of whether stimulation, whether it be the
yeah,
piezoelectric device or pressure.
Yeah,
So
sure.
thanks for joining.
Oh.